Are Jessica Knight and Jimmy Palmer going all in with the romance? With the reveal of Monday's action-packed episode, the answer is a little more complicated than a simple yes or no. But it seems like NCIS is, in fact, planning a Palmer and Knight romance in the episodes to come. In today's video, we're going to spill everything you need to know about the developing romance, as well as other news. Let's hop right in. Let's start with what we've seen and gathered from the last few episodes. The past few episodes of NCIS have been mainly about Torres' personal life. He went to Hawaii and there he reunited with Jane Tennant. There was another episode featuring his romantic past, which some fans saw as a hint toward his departure from the show. However, in All or Nothing, two of NCIS's other heroes got their turn to have their personal lives in the spotlight. The episode focuses on Jimmy Palmer and his relationship with Jessica Knight, something which definitely makes fans happy. By bringing up Nick's romantic past in this episode, it seems as if the writers are setting Knight and Palmer up as a couple. Fans have been wanting it since season 1, and it looks like their wishes are about to come true. One thing leads to another, and we saw the two getting comfy on their romantic Hawaii weekend. It was an unexpected development, but the characters' chemistry has been an obvious one since their first real-life meeting. Next, the upcoming episode, Double Trouble, is going to be intimate for the new couple. As we've seen throughout the series, NCIS Los Angeles has never been a show that focuses too much on romance. However, in the upcoming season, that may all change for good. Episode 15 of this season, titled All or Nothing, saw Jess and Jimmy finally taking their first real steps toward romance. This episode will actually lead into next week's episode, Double Trouble. The said episode is said to give diehard fans Jess and Jimmy's first couple-to-couple moment. However, a word of advice for viewers to not get too excited, as this could again merely be just a speculation. We'll definitely see the couple getting closer in the next few episodes to come, but according to a famous entertainment portal, there's going to be a scene in the next episode that's gonna do justice to fans who've waited years to see the couple getting intimate with each other. It seems like we're gonna witness a pretty hot, intense episode in the days to come, and we're about to see the lovebirds closer than ever, that's for sure. And now, what to expect from the new pair. As of right now, it's unclear where Palmer and Knight's relationship is headed. Each character has been involved with someone else in the series. The two are an example of Criminal Minds letting its characters' relationship play out for a little bit before revealing whether or not something more than just a friendship is going on. After a few episodes of teasing, the Quantico season 19 finale kind of confirmed that Agent Knight and Agent Palmer are dating. When the two were last seen together, they were dancing and smiling at a wedding. It seems like things are headed into a romantic direction, but it's still too early to tell what will happen between them. This was all set up in episode 7, All or Nothing, when Knight's date bailed on her, forcing her to turn to Palmer for support at the wedding. All signs were there from the start. They looked great together. They had an instant communion and chemistry. Plus, the final scene showed them locking lips after saying goodbye in front of an airport shuttle. So what led the lovebirds close to each other? A series of events are responsible for linking up the lovebirds onto each other. While the team of two worked on tracking down Anna Brooks, they got sidetracked by a case of the week. John Murphy, a Navy reservist, has been poisoned at a car wash because of what he had in his van: slot machines. Murphy was trying to expose a plot that he'd discovered. He speculated that the slot machines had been wired to send a percentage of every dollar to an offshore account. As the team investigated, they found that Murphy had been working with Anna Brooks, so they tried to find her. They searched the house and discovered a back door into the office that had been used by her boyfriend. Once they got there, they found out that he wasn't just an employee, but actually was in charge of the security on all of their machines. They traced him back to his boss, whose name was John Sullivan. While on their way back, Palmer and Knight had to take an emergency car trip after the doctor who was supposed to deliver a kidney suddenly murdered his assistant and stole their ride. The two police officers escaped but were left without communications, forced to flee for their lives into the woods. Palmer was also a little hesitant about taking Knight on another mission, leaving her behind, but she ended up saving their lives by spotting the sniper in time for them to dive behind an abandoned car. Even though she was forced to shoot the villain, she made sure that her aim missed his head. With all of this going on, and with Palmer saving their lives, the romance started developing between our favorite cops. Finally, how removing a bullet from from Jimmy's leg drew Knight closer to him. When Jimmy was shot, there was an immediate spark between him and Jessica. She stayed with him all night, holding his hand and talking to him until he woke up. She even told him that she's been waiting years for someone like him to come along. Knight was there throughout the entire episode, but they didn't discuss their feelings until Jimmy had recovered enough to think clearly. It turns out they both feel the same way. They were just worried about losing their friendship if they took things further. The final scene of All or Nothing has spawned quite a few fanfics. In it, Jimmy is recovering after being shot in the leg, and Knight tells him that she'd like to be with him too. And Palmer replies by kissing her on the cheek while saying, "Me too." Pretty adorable, don't you agree? Time for some other news. Starting with, is NCIS canceled or will it be renewed for another season? Fans of the hit series are in for a treat today, as it's been announced that NCIS Season 20 will debut in the fall. Yes, you've heard that right. Back in March, CBS renewed NCIS, including the flagship show for new seasons. Although major TV networks usually wait until May to announce which of their shows will be returning in the fall, CBS made a prompt decision that the Washington, D.C.-based show with its iconic core cast of Mark Harmon, Polly Perrette, and David McCullum would be back for a historic 20th season. This shows the popularity of the series, and we definitely think this series won't be going anywhere in the years to come. Though the network has secured a new batch of episodes, there is no word yet about a premiere date for the NCIS Season 20. With that being said, we do know one thing for sure. When NCIS returns, it will keep its Monday night slot at 9 p.m. Eastern, just like it did in the fall of 2021's schedule. Now for the reason behind Mark Harmon almost quitting NCIS. By now, most people have heard of Mark Harmon's early exit from NCIS. What you may not know is that it was because of the tension between him and the show's original showrunner, Donald Bellisario. The relationship between these two became so strained over hours and deadlines that CBS had to choose between the two of them before they could continue with the series. Keep Weatherly or fire him. In the end, they kept Harmon because he was better suited than anyone else they could have cast in the role. Fans were shocked when Mark Harmon agreed to return for NCIS Los Angeles after already quitting the show in 2009. After his decision surprised more than just his fans, although now the two have put their differences aside, the tension between them almost led to an abrupt exit from Harmon from both the show and CBS. We are lucky that the creative differences were set aside and our favorite Mark is still on our screen wherever a new episode of NCIS airs. But we will truly miss Bellisario on the new episode. Lastly, who and what to expect from the upcoming season. Season 19 of NCIS has been one big surprise after another. Just when we thought we would lose a fan favorite, Mark Harmon, who played Special Agent Leroy Jethro Gibbs, he shocked us all by staying on the show. The biggest shocker of all was indeed the introduction of Special Agent Jessica Knight, who replaced fan favorite Eleanor Bishop after her surprising departure for undercover work. Another interesting piece of news that came out as recently as last month at Paley Fest was showrunner Stephen D. Binder saying, "What the future will hold, I can't say, but I wouldn't count anybody out, dead or alive, on the show." This statement gave us hope for the future. We can expect the return of many characters from the past seasons, while many of them could even return in the form of special guest appearances. That's a wrap for this video. Who is your favorite character from the show? And what do you think of Jessica Knight's and Jimmy Palmer's developing romance? Do you want to see them together? Leave a comment below and let us know what you think. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.